He was the last tough guy of Britain, a man who toyed with both Britain and America at his whim. Born into a family wealthy enough to rival nations, he chose to work in Africa, staying away for 10 years. Just when everyone assumed he had died there,
hell opened up.
he returned for the inheritance his father left behind, a legacy powerful enough to alter the outcome of the war between Britain and America. After leaving the church, Tom sought out his father's lawyer, Joseph. Through him, he learned that the inheritance was a piece of land called Nootka Sound, a plot coveted by numerous forces. At the burial ceremony, Tom muttered words in a language nobody could understand and smeared an unknown powder on his face. His strange behavior caught the attention of a beautiful woman nearby. She was his half-sister, and just a day earlier, she had been seen as the sole heir to the estate. Her husband had even negotiated a price with the powerful East India Company. However, according to British law, a son had the priority to inherit over a daughter. With Tom's return, this transaction was annulled. Tom's return also stirred the interest of powerful factions once more. After investigating his past 10 years, they came to a conclusion.
Awful and unnatural and, I'm sure, untrue.
That night, Tom returned to his father's old house, where he met the servant who had watched him grow up. The servant was now the only person Tom could trust.
This Nootka Sound is a curse, and I have sworn to do very foolish things.
The next day, Tom went to his father's former office. Just as he was about to open the door, a woman stopped him. She had occupied the place since his father's death, running a brothel there. When she learned Tom intended to reclaim her money-making site, she said,
I have girls, but I also have men. They're frocks for hearts, if you have any sense.
I do not have any sense to ask.
Afterward, Tom was invited to the East India Company, where he met Stuart, the chairman of Global Affairs. Stuart wasted no time, expressing his desire to purchase the land from Tom. Tom's response was a blunt refusal. Seeing Tom's indifference, Stuart finally snapped.
Why don't you just open the fucking envelope?
Good day.
Well,
Tom hired 2 gravediggers to exhume his father and then brought in an anatomy doctor to find out the real cause of his father's death. What no one knew was that Tom's 10 years in Africa had exposed him to unimaginable suffering, a torment that also granted him ancient forbidden shamanic skills.